Europe record heat wave. Extreme heat shatters records across Europe, linked to hundreds of deaths and health emergencies. So, we're going to see a super El Nino in Canada, right? Is that going to make record heat worse? From my understanding, there is going to be a super El Nino. Is that going to push record temperatures higher in Europe? Because, like, from my understanding, it shifts the global pattern of weather, and a large amount of the world actually sees an increase in heat because of just the pattern shift. So let's see what it says. There's a real basis to what you've heard through the Europe specific part is more nuanced than the global story. Let me separate the two. The global picture is the strong part. NOAA declared in June that El Nino has developed in the tropical Pacific, and forecasts expect it to intensify to at least moderate or strong this fall, with a 63% chance of becoming very strong, which is what people mean colloquially by super. Some reliable computer models suggest this year's event could even be the strongest on record, which would make it the first super El Nino since 2015-2016. So the strongest on record, obviously, global temperatures are going up. And so if you have a strong point, because the global temperature is already higher, it'll be the strongest on record. But it looks like we had a bad one in 2015-2016. On the heat side, NOAA says it's very likely 2026 will land in the top 5 hottest years since record keeping began in 1850, with a chance the super El Nino pushes 2026 or 2027 to become the hottest year ever, breaking the 2024 record. The mechanism is straightforward. El Nino causes already rising global temperatures from human-caused warming to spike even higher. So globally, yes, this is a record temperature setup. The Europe-specific case answer is where I'd add caution. El Nino most reliable signals are in the Pacific Basin and the Americas. Its influence on Europe weather is weaker and less consistent than in, say, California or Australia. That said, the broad seasonal outlook does tilt warm for Europe. WMO's seasonal update projected above normal land surface temperatures nearly everywhere. With an especially strong signal over Europe and Northern Africa. But that's largely the background warming trend plus a global heat tilt, not a sharp El Nino driven European signal specific. So it looks like the El Nino not as effective on Europe as it's expected to be in North America. Let's read the honest summary. Record global heat in 2026-2027 is a genuine and well-supported possibility, and Europe will likely run warm as part of that. But pinning specific European record breaking on El Nino directly is a weaker claim than the global one. How many people in England have AC? How many people in France have AC? Just the first 2 European countries that come to my mind, because here, when I lived in Ontario, AC was pretty common. The summers got really warm there, and being essentially surrounded by lakes, humidity was way up, like just consistently really humid. And that makes the heat worse. And so AC and being inside. When I was young, we didn't have it, but as I got older, the mass majority of houses in Ontario had AC units. Out here in Alberta, it's still a mix from what I understand. Not a lot of houses are built with air conditioning, like the central heating, so not central air. But you know, those AC units that you like put something out the window have become much more common. And usually where I live personally, like there's only like 1 week of a year which you would even need it. And I mean, like I live in a basement, so even then I don't need it down here. But if there was sustained heat, maybe I would. The weather here is rather mild. Let's see how many people. Here's where the latest figure shows. Because I remember there was a TikTok of people buying out AC units in France or somewhere. What do I want to look up? Europe Heatwave or record heat. Let's see what we find here. Where was I? Okay, for France. Okay. For Britain, the most cited recent figures is that just 5% of British households have air conditioners at home. So they're kind of like where their weather is mild-ish, from my understanding, and it's been pretty routinely mild-ish. So there are cheap consumer AC units now, right? That you can just put out a window, and they're getting cheaper and cheaper. The issue is they still have a huge power draw. Like AC is still a massive draw on power, and so you could see as more and more people, as heat goes up, the demand for an AC unit will increase, and the demand on the power necessary to provide that AC will increase. And it kind of depends on the grid. Do you have capacity to increase that power? I don't know. But that's something they got to look at. So 5% of British households have air conditioners at home. Some say slightly higher, around 7%. For France, the rate is much higher at about 24% of French households have air conditioners at home. That makes sense. As you go down towards the equator, it gets warmer. You want AC more. I imagine if I looked at Italy, it'll have a higher rate as well because they're even closer. Per household, not per person. Okay. Let's have a look at this heat wave. What are people talking about? What are they saying? Berlin, so Germany 41. What? Do they have water trucks just spraying water? What are they spraying water on? Is it just people? So they don't have facilities to cool off. So they literally just have trucks out there spraying water over people to cool them off. I don't know. That's what it looks like.
Вторая приехала. Второй в Берлине.
1,300 killed across Europe in 7 days as heat wave grips continent. World Health Organization. What? How have I... So, heat is one of those things like an illness, from my understanding. It largely targets those with poor health, like the elderly or the sick. Their conditions can be made worse by heat, and so that's generally where the deaths come from. But like 1,300, the current death figures for the Venezuelan disaster were 1,700. I mean, those are expected to go up, but still, even at 1,700, that's a disaster. 1,300, this is an active disaster in Europe. Across Europe in 7 days as heatwave grips continent. Okay, let's see. Europe's heatwave death toll so far. What the heck is happening in France? 1,000 in France, 400 in Spain, Sweden 327, Germany 7, UK 25. What's the video about?
27 people have... Europe is on fire right now. 327 people have died in Spain. Record temperatures have hit France, Germany, and the UK. And summer has barely started. A massive heat dome pulling scorching air from the Sahara Desert has been sitting over Western Europe, pushing temperatures to levels never seen before. Spain reached 45 degrees Celsius. France recorded its hottest June day on record, while Germany, Belgium, and the UK all shattered June temperature records within the same week. More than 100 million Europeans experienced temperatures above 35 degrees Celsius at the same time. But here's the biggest problem. Around 80% of homes across Europe don't have air conditioning because they were built to keep heat inside during winter, not cool people during extreme summers. Hospitals are under pressure. Emergency rooms are reporting sharp increases in heat stroke, dehydration, and cardiac emergencies. Wildfires are spreading across southern Europe. Power grids are under strain, and authorities are urging millions of people to stay indoors. Climate scientists say this heat wave would have been extremely unlikely without human-caused climate change. And the most worrying part, Europe's hottest months, July and August, haven't even arrived yet.
So, it could get worse.
Europe is on fire right now.
I think I've seen this.
It's literally melting off.
Like literally, their infrastructure is not designed for this heat.
What the hell? It's that hot here?
Wow. There's no way.
Beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now...
That was Arizona. Okay, so this is not specifically Europe at all. I mean, you don't want to touch that. Arizona. Okay, this is not from Europe, the European heat wave. Whoa. Breaking: the dangerous heat wave in Europe is clearly visible in this footage. Yeah, we don't know location on any of that.
La poêle qui reste en plein soleil et jusqu'à la canicule est toujours.
He's gonna fry
Juste au-dessus, c'est parti, on fait griller du bacon.
Out his window.
Voilà, ça grille.
You need some oil in the pan. Tell me here either. Alright, well, we'll get back to the heat dome. So, as someone who lives here, hopefully, the jet stream contains this as somebody else's problem. Just when you think you'll get a break from this intense heat, a third major heat wave is on the way. What? A third major heat wave is on the way, and forecasts suggest it may be even worse. They're coming into their hottest months. Is the heat dome still there? like you gotta wait for the heat dome to leave. Is the heat dome over Europe still there? How long is it expected to continue for? $19.6. I kind of like these shorter clips. No music though. Oh, this is just... There's a lot of blue. I like blue. Germany, you're getting a reprieve. Oh! There was a lot of red. There's a lot of red. Where even are we? Like... That's a lot. The heat dome is sitting right here. This is why I'm guessing this is why we're seeing the deaths in France. The big numbers here, because look at that. Look at the whole country. Like, we saw numbers in Germany, but they're not getting what France is getting. Spain getting hit really hard. Portugal, right? How's that little one here? They're getting decimated. Oh my goodness. It goes up higher. It goes to like purples after this, after the reds. England. Oh my goodness. Ireland. The whole UK. So Italy isn't getting hit that bad. There's actually quite some nice places down in Italy, but I'm guessing this is based off projected average temperature, right? Is there a date anywhere? Can we see when this is happening? Temperature anomaly. Sunday, the 28th of June. The run, and it's valid till... So this is past data. This is what's happened, not what they not predictions. Oh my goodness. That is dark red, like a plus 18 degrees on expected temperature. Like, imagine if we're where you're living, you just get a plus 18 on top of what you're currently at. Let me see. It's a rather cool day here. we got a fresh 17 degrees Celsius outside. 18 on that. Oh my goodness. Like, oh, so that one's changing. So this is July. So we're looking at what they expect for the future now. No, this is all July. Okay, so this is what they're expecting. This is what they're expecting to happen. I mean, it started over again. I hope the best for you guys. I hope your power grids are up and you can get a small scale heat unit. I mean, a small scale AC unit. Put it in your house. I mean, a lot of times they can hook AC right up to like a central air system. But clearly, I expect there will be demand for it, right? Okay, what's this one? France is facing an intense heat wave with temperatures soaring to around 50 degrees Celsius in some areas. Are these from France?
Alerte générale pour toute la France est totalement ici.
The cool bucket. Oh my goodness. This is the clip I've seen before. People rushing to buy AC. The standing AC. I mean, when your fridge can't keep stuff cold. What was thanks TikTok. Oh, covering your windows with tinfoil to keep the heat out. Like a natural disaster. And we could see this. I think a lot more people in the US have central air. But the heat is going to be insane with the Surviving without AC sucks. What is this? Oh, so they have those freezers that are like open. And they have to put a closed thing on it because of how hot it's gotten, because it can't keep the food cold anymore. And people come in and they just stand inside the closed area being like, peace, peace. Those like maggots in the eggs because the eggs can't stay cold. It's still going up. Is it okay? Give me a second. It just started. Okay, we don't know. Nothing's happened yet. Europe temperature map. Ooh, global temperature. Clearly not today's. These are all like. Okay, maybe this one looks promising. There's no way. What? This is telling me the temperatures are all mundane. Like seriously mundane. Wait. Other side of the world. So could it be night? And these were the night's temperatures? I don't know how to adjust nighttime temperatures. But yeah, we're looking okay, so the temperature, I mean like 23 doesn't really give you reprieve. In places without AC, sometimes if the day gets really hot, you cool the house off at night, right? This is giving me some different information. What was the temperature in Paris today? Oh, it doesn't like it when I do that. What was the temperature in Paris today? Today in Paris, temperature reached 28 with a low of 15 under partly cloudy skies. That's not bad. 28's not bad. Where was that showing? Temperature in Paris week. Let's see if we can get a week. A 4-day forecast. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, room temperature is 21 degrees, right? Slightly below body heat, and that is comfortable. Anything above 21 becomes uncomfortable. And so 26 is uncomfortable, but like if you take precautions and like you don't spend too long out in the sun, then you're fine, right? The issue is if it's consistent. If it's consistently like you want AC if it's going to be consistent. And they're looking like consistently. Oh my goodness. And this is a place where 28% of people have AC units. I understand the rush on the Walmart's AC now. I think you're going to see more of that. You're going to see increased demand on the energy as well. Climate control is a beautiful thing. Let's see if they've talked about it at all. Heat. We'll watch that one. France records... Oh, that's the full one. We'll watch that. That's 12 hours ago. Dozens dead in France as Europe deals with intense heat wave. So that was 6 days ago. Let's listen to the most
France
recent
is
one.
reporting an additional 1,000 deaths due to the heat wave. That number is likely to increase as more data is collected. 85...
And it doesn't... like... The heat wasn't going down. The heat's continuing to go up. Until at least Wednesday. Before it starts to come down. And even then... it's not really a reprieve. The heat dome is still over Europe. Good timing on the questions. It's right at the turning point. As of today, June 29th, the heat dome is breaking down. Okay. So it says the heat dome is breaking down, but it hasn't fully cleared the continent yet. The pattern over the past week or two has been a stubborn omega block, a stationary high-pressure ridge trapping hot Sahara air that started over Iberia and France and then slid east. Western Europe is now getting relief. Cooler Arctic air and thunderstorms are pushing in from the west, ending the heat across Spain, France, and the Benelux. So the worst is over for the UK, France, and Spain. The remaining hotspots are further east. The last hotspot over Germany. If the heat dome is breaking, why does the forecasting for Paris still show record high temperatures? Like we're still seeing really high temperatures across Paris, right? Like that shows it going up still. What does it got to say? Let me pull up the actual Paris forecast to see what you're looking at. Okay. What? Fahrenheit. Okay, it's got different forecast data than what I'm looking at here. here's the thing. The actual Paris forecast does not show record highs anymore. It shows the heat breaking exactly as expected. Okay, yeah, kind of. I mean, slightly. Current conditions in Paris are about 16 degrees overnight. Yeah, that's so this is why we're seeing it, 60 degrees Celsius overnight. And the daytime highs for the coming days are 80, 81, 78, 76, and then back up. Those are warm, pleasant summer days, nowhere near record. For comparison, the peak of this heat wave, Paris was hitting the upper 30s to low 40s Celsius. Okay, so these are dropping. Even the one I was looking at, it's not the upper 30s and low 40s. So it's already kind of broken. France's red alert reading reached 44 degrees Celsius in places low. Okay, so a couple of possibilities for what you're seeing if you're looking at the... Okay. So it does look like the heat dome is breaking. There was warning it might spike again. But that's a random X account, so... Lightning struck the spire of the Eiffel Tower as powerful thunderstorms swept across Paris after days of record heat. So that's what they're saying. The thunderstorms are moving in with a colder heat wave. Pause. As temperatures in Paris climbed over 30 degrees Celsius, some residents started covering their windows with aluminum foil. No, they're not trying to block radiation. Government might just to block sun from coming in, because sun heats shit. Okay. Car bubbling? What is this? Okay, well we don't know if any of these are actually from like Arizona heat. Clearly not from France. But that does amuse me. I want to pop it. It's got air trapped under there. It's what you're supposed to do. What's this? Europe is facing the most hellish heat wave ever recorded. I mean, at a certain temperature, heat becomes a natural disaster, and should be treated as such. Because of history, a lot of times people hear, "Oh, it's a heat wave. Ooh, maybe it'll be more pleasant," and they don't change their plans. They don't treat it like a natural disaster. And in many places in the world, heat has become a natural disaster. I think we may, if this super an El Nino hits like they're expecting, we might see that across a lot of North America. Maybe next summer, I think, is when it's going to hit worse. But I mean, heat is a natural disaster, and at the levels, because of climate change, the levels we can see, it does have to be considered as such. 40 people have drowned in heatwave related deaths in France since Thursday, the average.
This is Sébastien Lecornu saying that 40 people, many of them young, had drowned over the past 5 days.
It's just another example of how Paris is just not equipped to deal with these kind of heat waves. To give you some context, only 1 in 4 French households has
24%.
access to air conditioning.
The heat wave, as far as the average across France, 29.8 degrees Celsius. That's 85 Fahrenheit. That's 85 degrees, like
scorching.
Yeah, and that's during the daytime. At night, it's 70. That's a humidor. That's perfect.
70? That's lower than what I set my AC to at night.
Yeah, exactly. If I set it lower than 70, he's like, yeah, I don't know, it's too
I
cold.
know.
If you look at the average yearly heat-related deaths, in the United States, it's 702 on average. Europe, 15,000.
And it's hotter here.
The human toll is growing.
I
Prime
mean,
Minister.
how you deal with heat is a thing, right? The U.S. has much higher rates of AC units than Europe does. And frankly, they didn't need it until recently. And they have not adapted to it as quickly as they should have. Like, there should be a national push to get AC units in every house. And they haven't seen that. Like, AC units aren't that expensive. The power draw on the grid is likely where you would see an actual, like a government expense, because you would have to expand the grid to deal with this. But you know what also tends to come with a heat wave? Solar energy. You know, you could capture that with like solar panels. And literally, as the solar panels produce more electricity, that is also the demand for electricity from AC units. It's beautiful. It just requires an actual commitment. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna move on. That was interesting. Europe heat wave. Sounds like it's over, but it also sounds like you're coming up to your hottest month. So, stay safe out there.